You are the star of your show. You are the director. You're writing the script.
Stop giving up. Don't let your dreams be dreams. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit.
If you want something out of life, if you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, that is really not easy as some people will make us feel.
Let's get real for a moment. If I keep talking and there's nothing on the screen, you're going to get bored really quickly. And what's the point of looking at a blank screen? Why would you need to see something on the screen? You need some kind of visual confirmation to help give your imagination a little nudge in the right direction. And there's a very important element that would complete this speech. What would you call it? Cinematography. Cinematography is a science. Without this element, film wouldn't exist to the point it is right now. It's about having the sight to visualise a story. When you watch a movie, you want to be drawn in and feel like you are actually there, whether you're on the Titanic or on the beaches waiting for the British battleships. This artwork is not to be taken lightly. 140 years have shown us the whole development and how vast it has become. Look at this evolution of film. Why should you care about cinematography? 1878, the beginning of film. Edward Muybridge made the first moving picture, or as you know it as the first film. This film was made up of many pictures with 1/25 of a second in between them, to capture when all of the horse's hooves were off the ground. Then came along the Lumiere brothers. The French brothers brought the early motion picture camera and projector. This duo revolutionised film to what it is today. Without them, the camera technology we have today would not be the same. They would film people going to work or general everyday life, and it would be on a loop and only last a few seconds. This is a very simple example that started with a revolutionary idea. The first film camera was created by Thomas Edison and William Kennedy Laurie Dixon. It was a strip kinetograph. The kinetoscope was a projectioner and showed the film. You would pay 5 cents to watch a 20 or 30-second video and you would go to the film theatre. The first one to be opened was on Broadway in New York City. Over 120 years have gone by and we have seen many different cameras come and go. As technology has advanced, so have the cameras. The first recognisable one was the 2709 standard 35mm made by Bell & Howell in the early 20th century. Then came the Bolex H16. The first Panavision 70 was used to film Seven Brides Seven Brothers, Lawrence of Arabia and 2001 A Space Odyssey. Sony HDW F900 and Red One. Then the most popular choices IMAX and ARRI Alexa. And when filming with a camera, you would vary with scenes, angles and the lighting of each shot. All of these individual shots and more have a significance to making a film. A long shot is used to show the subject's whole body in frame, but not too close that you can see the background and surroundings. A medium close-up normally focuses on the subject, but they're only shown from the chest up. Some of the background is noticeable. A single shot literally means one single person in shot. Shallow focus is to focus on the subject or subjects in frame, and the surrounding is out of focus so that they are watching the subject. It also adds an aesthetic feel to it. A low angle shot is normally used to show someone more powerful or stronger than anybody else that would be looking up at them. This is also used as a fear factor and is used more in the horror genre. A ground level shot focuses on the subject's feet and the ground they're standing on and their surrounding. It could be their hands or anything that is at ground level. A static or fixed shot is as it's named. It's generally used for comedic films as the actors could be moving a lot, and this is where the shot comes in. Dutch tilt. This shot normally adds a level of disorientation, and the whole time this shot is used, the camera is constantly tilted to the side. Using the large variety of shots makes films too entrancing and interesting, and some of these films get nominated for Oscars, Golden Globes and BAFTAs. But cinematography is not just for films.
What?
It's used for everything like music videos, television, documentaries and more. Music videos are revolutionary in the visual industry, as well as cinematography. Music videos haven't changed that much over the years. They generally have a storyline and the camera work isn't that different from each other. While the style of storytelling might be different from each artist and new genres are being introduced, they are still filmed with a camera and they use the same shots in most videos. The variety of shots will also depend on the mood of the song. The camera movement is very important. In a sad song, it might be slow moving and there might be a lot of still shots. A more upbeat song will have a lot more movement in it, there will be more to see and more going on screen. It's this time the cinematographer will have to use their creativity to get those shots either envisioned by them or the artist. See in these two music videos that the range of camera shots are the same as each other, both from different times but very similar. Music videos add a level of creativity and gives the DOP more freedom and creativity to make the video more memorable. It's also important to use the lighting and surroundings to factor in the colours that are needed. This is the same for other industries such as documentary. Documentaries are so dependent on cinematography, this is the most important factor. Visual context is needed. Planet Earth is so visually pleasing that you will watch and let the information sink in. All these colours going across the screen and then David Attenborough giving all the facts and history behind each animal. Each episode is filled with such amazing shots for each location. There's a crew team that go to different similar locations. There will be one for jungles, one for the city environments and a crew to film at sea. They will have the same job to film all these animals in their natural habitats. Their very expensive camera equipment catches these movements in an amazing 4K projection. And most of these will be the most inconspicuous small static cameras, most likely a 360-degree camera. They will be left out in the wild to catch the rarest animals. And if the cameras don't work, a cameraman will have to camp out in the area it was last seen with special heat signature cameras and sensors. Television is another factor. Back when TV shows started, the cameras were stationary but could be moved about across the floor of the set. Now, TV shows can be filmed anywhere. While sets are still being used, the camera technology has advanced and they are able to take them across the country or the world, compared to the 50s. There is a lot of creativity when it comes to creating emotion in a shot. American Horror Story constantly plays on your emotions.
It's the most intense physical pain you've ever experienced.
When I open this door, do not let go of my hand.
Some television shows have gone on to be made into films. Dad's Army, Absolutely Fabulous, The Batman Trilogy, and many others. Now that we've looked at film, music video, documentary and television, you should have some understanding of how they are shot. Overall, cinematography is a blessing to have. You don't have to be creative or absolutely love it, but it can help benefit you.
We all want the same thing, a great moment, a great scene, great movie. This is what it takes, right?
At this time, we've seen film go on so far and we don't know where it'll end. And with creative people like Christopher Nolan, Roger Deakins, Alfred Hitchcock, and there are so many others. Roger Deakins' work has always inspired me, especially his work on No Country for Old Men, Skyfall, and Blade Runner 2049. With virtual reality advancing and becoming more popular, it's looking like VR headsets will soon replace theatres. Someone has already filmed a movie with just their iPhone. Our phones have advanced so much that the spec of the camera is better and has the space and capacity to use to film. Cameras will advance so much that they will start getting even smaller. You already get 4K projection with some smaller cameras, and these will become the future. Where do you think cinematography will end up?